Ignore the mess. We live in this house. Alright. Swimming trunks. Alright. Hey, but you know what? Let's just talk about the bathroom mess. You've got some toilet paper because the dogs eat it. Puppies! There's one. I don't know where the other one's hiding. Anyway. Do not be anxious for tomorrow, for tomorrow will care for itself. Sometimes you find hidden messages. Matthew 6:34. We did find out that there was a seam here, and the nails are actually high enough at this point, so what we're doing is the same thing we did on the trim, which is just kind of slowly wedge the piece off. So the plan is going to be to raise it up the height of the tile. So basically we're going to raise this up to make it flush with the tile. The walls are painted. The trim on the medicine cabinet is painted. We've got the light fixtures in, which ended up being bright as fuck. And honestly, very good looking. I'm happy with those. Waiting on one more light fixture to replace old one. We're waiting on new sink. This one was cracked. We've got the faucet. I've got to get a wet saw from a coworker that I'll be borrowing that from. And then down here I will have to add a couple of shutoff valves because I don't have any for the sink, but not a big deal. We'll go through how to do that. And then at the end we'll go for a total of the bathroom remodel. We're at the point now that we're going to be working on the tile and the backsplash. Still waiting for a light fixture, still waiting for our sink, but we need to get that sink out. In order to do that, I know it's real dark down here, but there's no shutoff valve. So we're going to be adding those. I've got this little tool to cut the pipe, and then we'll disconnect the drain. We're going to get the sink pulled out right now, and then worry about the shutoff valves. That way I can work from the top down. So bear with me. We'll get this pulled. We've got the sink pulled, so that is disgusting. It looks like there was some moisture. As you can see, that just wipes right off. I have done nothing to this. So there was some moisture building up under there, so it's probably a good thing we're actually changing that anyway, but that is disgusting as well. Kind of made me gag, to be honest. But what we're going to do here is just cut a little section off with this. And if you've never used one of these, basically what it is and what you do is you put this, I'm not going to put my finger in there because that's very sharp, but you put this around the pipe and then you rotate it. You put a little bit more pressure on it, you rotate it again, and basically eventually cut the pipe. So you see that it starts to score it. So you just keep doing that and eventually it breaks. You just keep doing that and eventually it breaks off. I'm going to readjust that. Tighten it. And there it goes. So, a little bit more water than I anticipated. Fuck. Oh well. And we just do the same to this side. So, then I always bring my stuff to Home Depot or Menards or Lowe's, wherever you go, home improvement store. I always bring it, that way you have a sample of the size you're trying to add. So, some things you got to be careful about when looking at lines, because like I said, we did have to buy some. Make sure that you get the proper types. This is FIP or FLP, I'm not sure which, but that would be the type at the faucet to 1/2 inch compression, which was at the shutoff valves that I've added. So We had 1/2-inch copper pipe compression, 1/2-inch compression to the braided line, and the braided line up to the faucet. For my reference, I did mark which one was hot. That way I don't have to play around with it when I install the sink. So at this point, what we're going to do is clear this off and start the tile work. Alright, so I laid everything out with another 12 by 12 section here. Basically what I'm going to do is take a 1/4 inch off there, 1/4 inch off that side, making the split tiles on the end, or the cut tiles on the end, should be lined up and everything should be okay. So let's hope everything goes accordingly, and let's see how this works. My hands are not frostbitten. It's cold outside, okay? It's like literally 10 degrees out, and I just went out with a wet saw to get this all fitted. So this is what I was talking about splitting the difference on the sides. So it now looks like that side and that side are cut the complete same. So that is going to line up. So you can see here we've got the sink cut out. It's not perfect. I'm hoping the sink covers this. That's why I actually have not put this down yet. Because if I need another piece there, I'm going to put it there. But I think that the sink will overlap that enough, and then I might be able to grout in there if it does not. I had one broken tile, so this one here is, oh, look at that, a single tile, but you would have never known prior to that. So there is ways to kind of fix it if you screw up. It's not a massive deal. The other thing that I do advise with any tile is buy extra, because if they discontinue this and something happens, then you're screwed. So always buy extra and keep them as spares. This is day 5, arguably 6, because Monday night, today's actually Saturday, and Monday night, I took the old light fixture down, and that was it. So if you count that, today's day 6. If not, Tuesday paint, Wednesday paint and light fixture. Thursday, test fit the tile and add shutoff valves, remove sink. Friday, we put mortar down, got all the tile laid, and so that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and now today being day 5. And here we are, the light is installed. Again, if you need an installing light fixture, I already did one of those on the garage outside. So this is actually the bathroom fully lit. So you can see that it does, in fact, both of the lights do their job. This bathroom is lit up. It's lit when taking a shit! But anyway, so we got G9 bulbs in there, halogens, and GU10s in there, halogens as well. Both are actually really bright and do their job of making the bathroom bright. So, fuck, just stepped on something. Oh! So we've got 2 more things to do. We've got grout and sink install. Alright, the key to good grout lines is a good gummy float and a good sponge. Also make sure you have a 5-gallon bucket. So the grout's done, and grout is real easy. Just get a bunch of the grout. I always buy pre-mixed. You don't necessarily have to, but I do. Get a bunch of the grout on the gummy float, and then just kind of work your way back and forth both ways so that there's no patterns of the grout, and just work it into the lines. And once I wouldn't go more than 2 foot, so 2 by 2, 2 square feet. There we go. I wouldn't go more than 2 square feet. And then just get your sponge. Don't have it dripping wet, just damp. So you dunk it underwater, squeeze as much water out as you can, and then just wipe it off. Don't put a lot of pressure, because that's going to end up putting a lot of weird divots in it. Just let the sponge do the work, glide over, rinse it. It's a little time consuming, but it turns out really nice. And here, let's zoom in on the grout. Let's hope the camera focuses. There we go. So, okay, I see one error through the camera here, and that's back there. The corners are a little tricky. I haven't quite perfected them. But, again, somebody walking in here, their eyes don't divert to the corner of the tile. You know, they take the whole bathroom in. So make sure you let it sit for 24 hours before doing anything else. So really, this has put me at a standstill today, which is fine, because the very last thing that I need to do is put this sink in and get the faucet on. And we have a cat. She likes the new faucet. So let me start that for her. There we go. Now, for the grand total, you guys have seen the final project of everything in here. And it is still a little messy, still buttoning things up. And I'm going to go ahead and add like a $50 figure in here because we're not sure. We might actually put a bullnose tile up front here for the trim instead of the wood piece. So we're still working on that. But when it's all said and done, you guys watched the bathroom remodel. Sorry that I didn't get more of me actually working on it. But you know, if you have any questions on what we did in here, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Other than that, we did turn this around in 6 days' time. Again, I do realize that we didn't have the roughest base start. You know, there was actually quite a good bathroom to start with. But anyway, a lot of the project consisted right here with the sink, the faucet, the tile countertop, the tile backsplash. So anyway, with that being out of the way, here's the complete remodel. Obviously a little bit more paint to touch up and the front trim. But the grand total with tile, let's go through this one last time. You have light fixture, paint on the trim here, paint on the wall, adhesive, tile, grout, sink, faucet, adding shutoff valves, so you had two supply lines and a compression fitting, toilet seat, another light fixture, and a supply line for the toilet. The grand total, when it's all said and done, $799.24, and that does not count anything for the front. So if we do buy something for the front, you know, maybe another 40 bucks. So you're going to be $800 to $850. So anyway, and that's actually being really fussy with what we wanted. You know, we could have found a cheaper faucet. I really like this. This is so cool. I don't know why I like it so much, but I do. That was the kind of one stipulation of my input on the bathroom remodel, was that I wanted that. The cat likes it too, so. Yes, you like the faucet. So we could have went cheaper there. It wouldn't have been the end of the world, but yeah, $799 for a completely different bathroom. You know, you guys saw what it was when we started it, and here it is now that it's all said and done. So if you guys enjoyed the video, if you have any questions with what we did here, feel free to ask. Like I said, I'll be more than happy to answer them. I realize that a project like this can be very intimidating. But it doesn't have to be. It really is just so simple. So simple. So be sure to like the video, subscribe, and check out the other content we have on the channel. And we'll catch you guys later.